should do one out on the deck around the fire. That would be cool.
I'd be down for that. We could even have the wives there. Just tell them to shut up.
Boy, aggressive. Why would we have them there?
They might want to be around the fire. It is owed to my physical prowess that I didn't go down, Steve. Mm-hmm. My outstanding athletic agility.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people say about you.
Like a cheetah?
Kyle, okay, hey, what are the two things about Kyle that come to mind as soon as you hear his name? Loves to make friends.
Yeah.
2, physical specimen. Ready to go at any time.
And we'll do a weekend one, so hopefully more people can join us.
Mm-hmm.
Have a few adult pops on
Soda popper too.
It's alcohol, you bunch of idiots. Just say you're having a beer. Who cares?
Jesus, it's not like we're trying to hide the fact that we're doing crack.
Yeah.
Hi. That's my big. That's my big thing this week. Hi.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Carrying it over from the side gig, are you?
Yeah. Just hi.
Well, you know, as it was referenced kind of on the podcast or on the watch along that we did for the podcast awards a week and a half ago, you made a subtle but concerted effort to bring the podcast awards discussion to the side gig.
They didn't bite,
and they did not bite.
They did not bite. But
if you mentioned it tomorrow or Monday, whatever, you went in, you said, "Hey, I have a podcast." Of the 4 or 5 people in that room, how many are on that show now?
16. Yeah, behind the scenes, we got
big old payroll.
We got the audio visual guys there now. The key grip.
You got one guy holding a boom mic, even though you're all talking into mics.
Yep. Yeah, guys with their only job is to hold onto a rope, and when we point at them, they pull on the rope, and it lifts a sandbag up.
You have a door holder.
Yeah.
On staff.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's a part-time. You guys aren't irresponsible. You're not giving that idiot benefits.
Yeah, because you have to, what is it, like 32 hours or something, and you have to be offered benefits.
Yeah.
We get them out of there at 31 and a half hours a week.
That's like my first job, which was working at the local grocery store, something you're familiar with.
Local 1360, the UFCW.
Yes, you insulted old man and eventually drove him to his grave.
Rest in peace, Jack. An old boss, Acme Markets.
The laws were in Michigan, I believe, that if you worked 5 hours, they had to give you a lunch, not paid, but they had you had to take a 30-minute paid lunch.
Oh, it was 5 hour. Okay,
it was 5. I think it was 5. If you worked over 4, you got a 15-minute.
Yeah, I think for us, the minimum shift you could work was 4, and you got a 15-minute break.
Yep.
And then because for me, it was only basically I worked either 4-hour shifts or 8-hour shifts. So a 4-hour shift, you got a 15-minute break. An 8-hour shift, I think you got a 15 and a 30. Like you got a 15 and a lunch.
And I mean, I know why my schedule then 3 nights a week when I would work, because I was in high school as a part-time worker.
Yeah, so you were probably working like 4 to 8?
4 to 8:45.
Oh, 8:45.
Because of course, you can't give me that 30-minute lunch because shelves need to be stocked.
Right. Yep.
You know, how are we going to survive if the Captain Crunch isn't 4 deep on the shelf?
Oh yeah.
You know, that's not on sale.
The Pepperidge Farm bread, if you didn't have enough in the back to stock the shelves, you had to go in front and face it. So
absolutely. And you have to double face. I don't know what your store policy was. We didn't single face at my store. Oh. Single facing's a waste of everybody's
What if you didn't
time.
have enough to double face? Now what we're talking about is you if say the shelves are bare, or maybe an area of shelves that would usually hold 50 cans of tomato soup, and there were only 6 or 8 left. You would go and pull them from the back because chances are they were all pushed back. All pushed to the back. You'd pull them all to the front, so that way when somebody walks down the aisle, it looks like the shelves are fully stocked.
Yeah. And no, it was a double face, obviously, unless you only have one left. But then if you only had one left, at least for me, if it was a sale item, Steve, I'm racing around my back room trying to find cases of the product.
I mean, because if there's one thing I cared about, it was that people got the items that they came in for.
Well, you can't have the Mount. What was the offshoot pickle, like Mount Olive pickle or whatever, like not the dill or not the Clausen or whatever, not the Vlasic. You know, you got to make sure that people are able to access that. And the thing is, I worked at, it wasn't like the number one grocery, like the one that everybody goes to that's cheaper.
Oh, so you went to the offshoot.
At the offshoot one, not like the wholesale or the but just second.
No,
so their prices were a little bit more.
Yeah.
So when
you didn't work for the Yankees.
No.
You worked for the Mets.
Yeah, I worked for the Mets who, paychecks would bounce. Right. Your bosses were getting caught up in the Madoff scheme. And which made it all the more frustrating when you would get like, hey, you need to make sure this is full. And I would go look at the shelf and it would be Triscuit crackers that weren't on sale and they were 80 cents more expensive than the other stores. Like, hey, there's still 4 boxes. Those aren't running out at 8 o'clock Monday night.
Right.
They're going to be fine.
There's not going to be a big rush.
They're going to be fine for when all the loser hooligans who work third shift are going to be rolling in 2 hours, which you want to talk about scum of the earth. You saw these third shift grocery workers.
They didn't even wear they didn't even have to wear the uniform.
They were wearing just destroyed shorts and whatever shirts they had that were probably not laundered.
So what was your uniform there? Because I remember mine clearly. Oh man, you had polos. Yeah. We had to wear dress pants, either black or navy. We had a navy blue vest.
Ooh.
Which had like the 3 buttons on it. You gotta have all 3 of them buttoned. A white button-up shirt underneath, a red tie, and a name tag.
See, we didn't know. No, we were not. No, we had polo, and then like I had khaki shorts and pants.
That's right. I could do khaki pants, khaki colored pants, but we could not do shorts at any time for any reason.
No, the vest and the tie. No, and I've seen those stores.
The tie, the dress shirt.
See, I didn't think those actually existed. I had thought those were a figment of like Hollywood cinema because whenever you see a grocery store, especially from times past, if you will, not necessarily the 60s, that's the representation you see is the buttoned up grocery store.
Or the guy, because there was always a guy bagging the groceries and he had a white, probably short sleeve button up shirt, but he always had an apron on over it.
Obviously an apron. Yeah. But no, when I bagged groceries, I just had a smock. Because you're going to the parking lot and for safety, they made you wear it. So even if you got hit by a car, they still couldn't get sued because, we told them to wear the smock.
I mean, a smock will stop anything.
What else could we tell him? Sure, it's an ice skating rink out there in January, but, maybe he shouldn't have walked so fast with old lady Ethel's groceries.
I sure miss the lack of responsibility that I had at that job because there was nothing better than while you were there, stocking your shelves, maybe doing like the end cap flip for the sale the next day.
Saturday into Sundays for me, Steve. You'd be switching the end caps.
We would work. There was a group of us that worked the 3 to 11 shift every Saturday, and we had a blast. We would just dick around, do nothing the majority of the day because there was no manager. There were no managers in the 3 to 11 shift on Saturday, except for my buddy Jeremy, who was. He was 1 year older than me, 1 grade ahead of me, and somehow he was the guy. He was the young guy that was able to convince all the older people that no, I'm responsible and mature. So they left him in charge of everything, and we would just dick around all day Saturday until about 8 p.m. Then we would go out. We'd just bust ass, do an hour to an hour and a half's worth of work, consolidated down from an 8-hour shift. We'd do it all
just
in an hour.
Jam it all in,
flip everything, and then we would just sit around and do nothing. And nothing was better than when I'm like putting that stovetop stuffing up on the end cap that goes on sale tomorrow. And seeing people come by, that's a good deal on stovetop, and they take like 6 boxes and put it in their cart.
And you know they're going to get,
know that they're going to get to the front end, and then they're going to complain that the stovetop stuffing wasn't the 2 for $3 that the tag said.
Sorry. Also,
because then the cashier is going to do the page. Steve McKiernan from grocery, please call 214 or whatever. So I'd call them and they say, hey, can you give me a price check on this? And I'd say, yeah, it's $250. It doesn't go on sale until tomorrow. Let me guess. Was it the woman in the red shirt? Yeah. I guess I just forgot to tell her.
Yeah. Hey, also, can you remind her it's June and the entirety of the world only buys stuffing in November?
Yeah.
This is a crappy sale. Please tell her that she can't save this stuffing until Thanksgiving because it will be bad.
It's so funny because I look back on that now, and if I'm in that situation now, if I'm still working that job, I'm going to say to the woman, hey, just so you know, this doesn't go on sale until tomorrow.
Sure.
Because that's the right thing to do. But when you're a 16-year-old punk kid...
Yeah, who's again... threatening your boss into an early grave.
No, there were never any threats. Never any threats.
Sorry.
Do I have to retell the story so you remember it?
No, because I remember it almost verbatim. You said, Jack, I hope you die.
No.
And then about 15 years later, he did. So we can safely assume, draw a line, Steve, and the shortest line is shortest space between 2 points, a straight line. A to B. Steve wished it. Jack.
That is not at all how it happened. Not at all.
We don't need to relive the times of Jack.
May Jack rest in peace.
Yeah, but listen, Jack's death, and when we found out about it live, actually bothered you, and I understand that, and I'm not going to reopen that wound outside of a few minutes ago when I reminded you that I think you're directly responsible for it. But outside of that, I'm not going to acknowledge it or bring it up in any negative fashion again, Steve.
Jack did not like me from day one. Did I tell you about my first ever interaction with him?
Look at where that anger got him.
First ever interaction with him. I was probably 16 years old. I was working at Acme Markets in Cinnaminson, New Jersey. And it was an old store. And that store was closing down because they were building a new store a couple miles up the same road.
Sorry, as you hear me type, I'm just trying to see if I can get it, maybe an old picture.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you can.
I can pull up the Acme Market in
Cinnaminson Avenue and Route 130.
Now, it says there's still one.
There is.
Like three. Okay. Okay.
Oh, wait, no. I thought that
1105 Route 130, it is closed via Yelp.
Yeah.
It is closed.
But there was one.
They opened one on Maple Shade.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so there was this. It was just this old building. The store had been there forever. So they finally decided they're going to build a new one. So I'm working at the old store for probably 6 months before the transition. Like, it was going to be all right, Friday night you come to work at the old store, but Saturday morning, new store opens, never come to the old store again. So what they were doing was they were telling us, they were scheduling us, they were putting us on the schedule for, I'd get my normal shift of like 4 hours. But then in the weeks leading up to the new store opening, they would put us on the schedule for a 1 hour shift. And instead of reporting to work, we were told, report to the new store. You're going to get a tour of the store. You're going to meet the new boss and just kind of get the lay of the land because it was a union job. They had to pay us for that 1 hour. So I remember showing up to the new store, walking in, and my brother he had worked for Acme for a bunch of years too.
And again, you're 6 months in.
6 months in, 16-year-old kid. My brother had been working for Acme for a couple of years, and he had worked at a couple... I feel like he had done some shifts at like some of the other stores in the area if they were shorthanded. So he knew the guy, Jack, who was going to be the boss at this new store.
Okay.
So I had heard the name before. We'll call him Jack Jones. So my brother, he had said, "Oh yeah, you'll meet Jack Jones." So I walk in there for my tour of the new store with a group of other coworkers.
Sure.
And this guy with like a big dude. I mean, tall guy. Just one of those guys that when he walks through the door, he takes up the whole doorway. Like he looks like he was like a linebacker.
Right, a big guy. Built.
Big guy. So kind of intimidating. Big mustache, white hair. And so he introduces himself to each person. He's like, "Hello, I'm Mr. Jones. I'm Mr. Jones. I'm Mr. Jones. Oh, Martha, nice to meet you. I'm Mr. Jones." He gets to me. He said, "What's your name?" I said, "I'm Steve McKiernan." He said, "How you doing?" "I'm Mr. Jones." And I was like, "Oh, Jack, right?" Because I knew of him through my brother.
Yep. Okay. Oh, boy.
But he was obviously not somebody that subscribed to the philosophy of somebody my age referring to somebody his age as first name. So I was like, "Hey, Jack, nice to meet you." And I remember the look on his face, and he just kind of goes, "Mm-hmm. Okay."
Oh.
So, like, day 1, minute 1, I am off on the wrong foot with Jack.
Oh, my God.
And unfortunately, our relationship, the moment where he stuck out his hand to shake my hand before I said anything, that was the best our relationship ever was.
I mean, if you look at it in the long run, I mean, you ended up winning because
downhill from there.
It may have started on the bad foot, but it ended, with him 6 feet under. I sent you a link, Steve.
Rest in peace, Jack.
Because obviously it is remarkably updated because the Acme Market in Cinnaminson on Route 130, that was a gorgeous store.
This was the new store that we moved into.
Oh,
if you could find the old store, one, I'd be impressed. But that thing, I mean, that closed in 1997.
Okay, so that is not the way.
I believe that the building itself is still there, but I'm sure it's been 5 different things since then.
Sure.
Yeah, this is the exact store that I worked in. It was beautiful.
That is even by today's standard, that is a gorgeous. Obviously it's gone through updates because it's been almost 30 years. But man, that is a remarkable store.
Yeah, and it closed. I would say maybe in the last 7 or 8 years.
Boy, that story of you reminds me very.
Imagine if I saw a picture of me in there.
Just you, your long hair.
Flipping off the box.
Flipping off Jack as he's walking away. 3,500 gallons of milk on the ground behind you.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, man. No. I don't even want to tell that one.
For another day.
I don't feel good about a lot of the things that happened.
This story reminds me of you saying that when you first met Mr. Jack. Reminds me of, and this was college, so I was older than you, and it's probably a bit of an error on my part, but I still look at the reply that I got from this and really roll my eyes because let me recap what happened, Steve. When I was in high school and I decided I like sports and I like writing, I'm going to become a sports writer. Mm-hmm. And then I decided, well, I really like I always had watched the local news for sports because you needed to back then. And it's not like this was 30 years ago.
Right.
It wasn't that long ago to get my scores and news. I was watching the 6 o'clock news or whatever news I could tune in to see the sports highlights. That's obviously gone the way of the dodo and is no more. Mm-hmm. So when I was in college, though, I still had that dream that I wanted to work in TV, Steve. And, as I saw myself in a mirror and my hair and everything else, and I kind of started moving, I would still like to work in sports and news and maybe work the camera, work behind the scenes, whatever, maybe not on air. Mm-hmm. So when I was frantically looking for internships because my university did nothing to help place or help you find them.
Sure.
And I was emailing you guys at the side gig. I was emailing TV stations. I was emailing everything. And it was kind of a form letter that I had written up.
Sure.
And I sent one to a local affiliate. And I'm not going to name it, I don't think, because you know them. Mm-hmm. And you know them well. Almost on a daily basis. I don't know if you guys still do that.
No.
Okay.
No.
You did know them on a daily basis.
Go ahead, name them. We don't know anyone. I know like one person that's.
Well, and I don't even think this person's there, but I think the person is. Let me see. Make sure he's not that he's going to listen to this, but nope, he's still there. Okay.
Send me
I'll text you the.
Let me know the name.
Yeah, I'll text it to you because. So I'm not going to name the name. But I was sending out to like sports directors and all of this stuff to see if just anything. And I honestly, I interned.
Don't know.
Okay. I interned at 2 of the local 3 TV networks, right? The biggest one and the newest one. Mm-hmm. So this was like the mid-level one. But I applied at all of them just to see who would get back to me. And so this form letter, I was essentially replacing the names at the top, but leaving like essentially not my resume, but my story and about why I'm looking for an internship.
I'm an up-and-coming broadcaster looking for my foot in the door moment.
And I wonder if I could even find those because I still have access to my student email.
Really?
Because up until like 3 years ago, Steve, I was using the the student rate for Amazon Prime until they ended up saying like, "Hey, we're gonna need your current course load."
Still plugging away at that associates.
I used my student ID at the movie theater up until like 5 years ago. I haven't been in college since 2010, so I was using it to like 2015.
Now, would you wear like a college football hat and like carry some books and have
to go see a movie? No, I was just assuming the 18-year-old who was taking tickets wouldn't care.
Yeah,
and that was accurate until I started feeling like, hey, it's $1.50 a ticket.
Right, yeah.
And I've been carrying around the student ID, honest to God, for that only it's not like I was using it anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I still had it in my wallet was to flash at the movie theater.
I got to go upstairs and grab my my student ID from college that was taken in probably April or May of my senior year of high school. I need to, because I have it. It's on the refrigerator right now.
Oh, I can't log in, Steve, but I'm going to look for these for next week to see if I still have this reply. And again, I got internships at 2 of the 3 TV stations and the only radio show that I talked to, which was your side gig. Except for this one, where I received an email back with like one sentence saying, like, we don't currently have anything available. And then
normal so far.
A long paragraph saying, going forward, you shouldn't be addressing people like me. And he didn't say like people like me, but like you shouldn't be addressing this as their first name. You should be replying Mr. So-and-so instead. To show
I kind of agree with that.
Oh, no way.
But
I was 21 years old.
It's ballsy to say it.
Well, it's ridiculous. First of all, I don't even remember if I emailed him directly. Maybe I did.
So you probably started your letter with
good afternoon,
hello,
Jim.
Tom.
And that's not his real name. But yeah, like, good afternoon, Jim, comma, went into the story. Sincerely, Kyle. Like, the whole... I don't... Listen, it stuck with me in a negative light.
Yeah.
Just because I was like... Really?
Well, there's
an unpaid internship that I'm sending literally an inquiry letter for.
Yeah. Like the problem is, even if you do agree with him, which I feel like in that situation I probably would have done that. I would have done the Mr., Mrs., Ms. until told otherwise. But there's no way that you can say that. From his standpoint, there's no way you can say that without looking like a dick.
Right? Yeah.
So even if because in person that may have been him saying like, hey, just so you know, like around here, just refer to everybody as Mr. and Mrs. until they tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
Like that could have been the tone of it.
Maybe.
But in text, you can't pick that up.
Right. And honestly, that's something you would do anyway on your first. But it's weird.
You should send him an email. He's still there. Send him an email about anything else.
I want to send it from my student email, but I need some G number. No idea what that is.
No, just come up with a burner email address that says like Kyle's college account at gmail.com.
Hey, Jimmy!
I love the pigskin. You want to talk sports? Hire me.
That one has stuck with me as a memory.
Oh, that would be a great challenge to see which of us could get an internship first.
the mid-30s internship challenge. See who can get the most. Like, yeah, sure, come on in. And then obviously you never show.
I don't know. I kind of want to show up. Like I want to sign paperwork.
Okay, here's your I-9 or whatever, and here's your document showing you're not making a penny from this, and here's this, and here's that.
And then not show up. Like, and tell them you want like the full on Monday through Friday,
right?
8 to 4. I want to be here every day. Make sure they give you the most responsibility, and then not show up for anything.
Oh, this idiot's writing about like politics on the side now, even though he's still a sports guy.
Sounds like they're a little short-handed at the station.
Yeah, no kidding. No, thank you. God, I wish you'd gotten downsized.
God, he's been there that long. I have never even heard that name.
Really? Yeah, he's been sports guy there for a while. So, No, thank you. But yeah, no, that was, I don't know why. That one is not eating at me, but whenever I hear stories like that, and I don't like it if somebody's kid randomly said, "Hey, Kyle," or whatever. I don't know if I'd like that, but I'm also talking about like 6 and 8 year olds, not 20 somethings.
It's weird because I was like, when I grew up, it was everybody's parents were Mr. or Mrs. Anybody that was an adult was Mr. or Mrs. and their last name. But now it's transitioned where most kids refer to adults as Mr. and then their first name, or Mrs. and their first name. And I don't know what I'm comfortable with. Mm-hmm. I don't really know.
Yeah, like we'll have, when Reed can talk, obviously he can't, but we introduce, like, hey, say hi to Mr. Steve, say hi to whatever.
Sure, because that would be, I think it's also name dependent too, because if your last name is Polychronopoulos,
right,
like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old kid's not going to be able to say that. I don't know. I'm not sure what we're going to do when Evelyn is, speaking age.
Because it's a decision you have to make. Like, my nephews kind of refer to me as, hey, Kyle. And I'm so used to it now, but I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I still would, hey, Uncle Kyle.
Yeah.
Aunt Katie. But
yeah, I think that's pretty common for a really little kid. I would imagine as they get older, they will probably transition to uncle or aunt.
One's about 10.
Oh.
Yeesh. And again, it doesn't bother me because at this point, it's been that way for years, and I don't. Yeah. It is. What am I going to do? Correct them every single time? No. But like when we're leaving someplace, I'll say, "Hey, can you give Aunt Katie a hug?" Mm-hmm. And then, "Bye, Katie."
Yeah.
One day it'll stick. When they're 23, and we're in our nearly 50s.
Yeah.
And then, hey, Aunt Katie, like, just call me Katie.
But anyway,
it worked for years.
Rest in peace, Jack. To put a bow on it.
Steve finally won.
Nope, not a competition. I'm sure if I had seen Jack in his later years, we would have gotten along well, and he wouldn't have remembered a thing.
Who the hell are you? I'm assuming Jack lost his mind.
I don't know.
All we know is...
So we got a couple of things to get to that have been on there for quite a while.
Yeah, one's been festering, and there was a little bit of an update before we even started recording that I demand we get to today.
Right now,
because you told me something off air, and this was... I honestly think you brought it to my attention maybe 3 weeks ago, Steve.
It's probably a month ago at this point.
And as things go, you're reminiscing about Jack, and time flies by.
Well, maybe not for him. Time is eternal.
It's real slow down there.
Flat circle.
Just slowly decaying into nothing.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe he's on the mantle.
Maybe put him up in the store.
Have you talked about that with Annette? So we're in our 30s. Have you talked about that at all? Like, hey, when I die, I want this, or
no? We don't have wills made up yet. And
See, I get nervous about that too. And I don't know if I should use, one of the Zoom thing, the legal Zoom thing online, or if I should literally just go pay the $300 to a legitimate attorney.
Pay the $300
and say, "Hey, did you guys used to do reads for legal Zoom?"
I don't think so.
There was one. I swear it was a popular website for quickie wills and quickie stuff like that. But I thought it was that, but I could be.
We may have,
I could be off base, but I always wonder, like, if people are if people pass away and they're looking at legal Zoom wills and they go, "This thing might as well have been scrawled on a napkin.
Right,
it's not legitimate in any degree."
Give my Camaro to John. That's it.
I see if they're still kicking. Because I think about that and I'm like, maybe it's too morbid, but part of me wants to. Like I want to be fully prepared for when I pass away. That cemetery, grave, funeral plans all done.
Like
for.
They got the whole dug 6 months before you're dead.
No, I want the whole dug now, and they just they always go by and make sure nothing's moved in,
nothing fell in.
Yeah,
you don't got a squirrel down in the bottom of it.
So Kyle's, gravesite always has caution tape around it.
I want a headstone that has my name on it, and it says 1981 dash, and I want a full-time engraver sitting there with a chisel in one hand and a hammer in the other hand, just waiting for the word. Like, all right, 2020, come and gone. All right, is it going to be 2021?
He's got a walkie-talkie or whatever on his arm, and he's just waiting for that. Hey, Bernie, we've got an official death. Can you clarify the date, please? Yeah, it'll be 10/10/2020. Thank you very much. Be ready in 25 minutes. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Because in 2020, even though we're in a day and age where everything can be laser etched and cut, I'm paying this man to hand chisel my death date as they carry my limp corpse next to him.
Not only am I paying him to chisel my death date, I'm paying him to be on call 24/7, 365.
I will. That'll be on the poll this week at Stephen Kyle. Are your 30s too early to be thinking about your gravesite?
I think that once you're married with a kid.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. I think you're absolutely right that it has to be, just because inevitably when something if something, not inevitably, I shouldn't say that. That's really morbid. But if
inevitably we're all going to die.
Well, right, but like making a will at our age is for the sheer purpose of I have a child and something needs to happen with said child.
Okay.
If I pass away untimely.
There are a couple of morbid thoughts that pop into my head every now and then, and this is one of them.
Oh, okay. I'm curious about
this. This is one of them.
Listen, it's the spooky season.
It is, yeah. So, bats. Things that go bump in the night, and masks. If I were to drop dead today, 1 week from now,
that's moved into the new...
Everything would be done. My funeral's over.
Yeah.
I'm in the ground. The little reception that we have back here at the house where people awkwardly, eat little finger foods and look at picture albums. It's all done.
Yeah, boy.
Isn't that crazy to think that 1 week from now you could be gone. Not even, nothing physical about you would remain.
Is your ghost going to be mad when I don't show up to that?
No.
You'd be okay with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all right with that. I mean, I guess it depends.
I don't want to have to hobnob with people I've barely interacted with over the years.
What are you doing instead of it? Do you at least have somewhat of plans?
No, I might go see a movie.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I know that you enjoy your movies.
Yeah, and I haven't, it's been a long time. Right now,
look, do you enjoy movies more than you enjoy death?
Right.
Probably
who's going to answer, against that? Who's going to say I enjoy dead bodies more than a 2-hour romp with The Rock?
Now, another one of the morbid thoughts.
I'll put that on the poll too. What do you enjoy more, death or a 2-hour romp with The Rock?
Yeah. Another morbid thought. Full disclosure, this was brought up on the side gig the other day because it popped in my head, and but I want to present it to you.
Because I don't listen.
Sure.
I don't like the production.
Say your body is like, you know how your car has a check engine light? Something goes wrong, bing, light comes on. Say your body has a check engine light. Where something goes wrong and you have a little light that pops up in your peripheral, little orange light. But it's a very specific check engine light.
Yeah.
It tells you when you're starting to die.
Starting to die.
Now I know that they say that the moment you're born you're already starting to die.
Right.
But there's a point, say you're 65 years old.
Let's call it a roller coaster.
Well, because obviously you're born, you're growing up.
Yep.
But you get to that point where you stop physically growing.
Yeah.
You're just aging. But for the most part, that line is probably, if you're a healthy person, that line is probably pretty straight.
Sure.
But there comes a point, maybe it's when you're 65, maybe it's when you're 85, that line slowly starts to dip and it never gets back up to that point that you were at.
Yeah, you're only dipping until there's nothing left to dip.
Sure.
You're dead.
Yeah. Now, you may dip for 25 years.
Right.
That may start happening at 70, and you may live until 95 and live a long, very healthy life.
But when this ding goes off, that was your last moment at the top. Everything else is going down.
Everything is downhill. You may not notice it for 10 years because you may dip so slightly that you don't notice a thing. Do you want that? Do you want to know the moment? You want to know when you start dying?
Yeah, I want to make sure that because I think a lot of people need, I'm not going to say a reality check, but like something, because it's an honest to God problem that people pass away with nothing planned, whether it be for what their belongings, whether it be for how they want to be buried and go through the whole funeral process. It doesn't matter. Like, there's too many people who leave just with nothing planned.
Yeah,
I would want to know so I could be, because again, it could be an hour, but it could be 15 years.
Yeah, I think I want to know.
Yeah,
I want to know
so
because I don't know. We only have so much time.
I would want to know because, like, for me, that's different than do you want to know the day you die? Which I still think yes. Ooh. But that's the age old.
I only
question.
want to know if it's like when I'm 95.
Really?
But even then, I mean, what if I?
But
what
you
if
can't
I'm just
choose at age 94 to find out if it's going to be at 95.
What if I'm one of those people though that lives till 95 and I die suddenly at 95?
Right,
I'm a peak physical specimen. I'm out for a jog when I'm 95 years old and I just get T-boned by a bus.
Now, the alternative to this is, you want to know, but what if that thing dings at 20? I mean, it's safe to assume, hey, maybe I just caught cancer, as I was driving, or maybe...
the old driving cancer.
Or, maybe it's just, this is, I'm dying at 40, and this is ding, 20, and now I'm going down to 40. But, I don't...
It's kind of a mind F, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking, I don't really want to know. But I also don't. My biggest fear for me personally is, whatever age, is that I pass away unexpectedly at home, whatever.
Doing something embarrassing.
Yeah, well, somebody has to find me. I don't want that. I don't want, Kay to come home from work, or, Reed to come home with his, wife or whatever and family and find me laying on the ground and my pants around my ankles.
And you have a Dorito stuck in your throat. That would be one of the worst ways to go, right?
And then, because all the questions are, well, one, dad's dead. Why was he eating Doritos with his pants around his ankles? And why?
I mean, that would be my first question.
Oh, and I think it's a valid question, Steve.
Yeah, very much.
I think that deserves an answer, whether it's through autopsy or whatever, to see what was going on with dear old dad, who decided no pants Dorito eating was the way to go on a Tuesday afternoon or whatever.
How did we start talking about...
Oh, you know how it goes. So we were going to talk about this new adventure, Steve, that you were undertaking.
Not so much a new adventure, just kind of something that...
Well, it is, though, because you had to start a profile.
Yeah, I mean, which...
And before anybody gets alarmed in light of a lot of recent events, no, it's not, like Match.com.
No,
That's not what we're talking about, Steve.
Very happy. Very happy. I had to set up a profile. This is a website that somebody told me about over a year ago that I thought, I should sign up for that. That maybe it's a way to earn a little extra money on the side.
Yeah.
And it's a voiceover website. And for those not familiar, anytime you listen to the radio, watch TV, the big, the booming voice guy, buy new Tide Pods, whatever, blah, blah, blah. People get paid to be the voice of something.
Yeah.
So there's this website where you can sign up. You can set up a profile. And you basically tell, what your voice is. So for me, it's I'm middle-aged, Caucasian, blah, blah, blah. You can tell, if you can speak other languages or do accents or do character voices. You put that all in there. And then if somebody needs a voice for a project that they're working on, if they're producing a commercial or doing a movie trailer or something, they find you based on what you're able to do. Very simple. It's basically we had talked about the website Fiverr, where I got my Second Chance Jeeps logo design. It's very similar. It's just it's a crowdsourced way of getting voiceover stuff done. So
you're essentially pushing the old veterans out who want a lot of money to do what they've been doing for 30 years. Yeah. Steve's here to tell you.
See you later.
Pound sand. We're cheaper.
Yeah. Steve Undercut McKiernan is here.
Yep.
If they want $500, I'll do it for $10.
Steve the Undercutter, who's got a low to mid-grade microphone in the basement.
Right.
Is here to take your job. Okay, Hank Azaria? Watch out.
So on a weekly basis, for the last year, I've gotten an email like, here are the projects that fit your profile.
Yeah.
And it lists 5 or 6 of them. And I'd always read through it and be like, nah, I'm too busy. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I finally decided, one popped up on my inbox, and I thought, that one, it's perfect. Just got to say a couple lines.
Yeah.
Read this, read that. So I thought, what the hell? Came down here in the basement, took about 5 minutes. I recorded it.
So these are just samples.
Sent it off. Yeah. In this case, you had to send, it was an audition, and then they were requesting like 20 auditions. So you submit it. If they pick yours, they get back to you. They then send you the full script, which could be 5 pages. It could be 10 words. Really, it all depends. And you record it, send it back to them. They pay you. Everybody's happy. So in this case, it was for some like fantasy video game, but I don't know. I had never heard of it.
Okay, so
because it was like 4th in the series of blah 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 games.
Oh, so these idiots have made three before it. Was it a character? Was it?
It was. Yeah, I was. So I had to record a couple of lines, and I was like the guy that, I don't know. I was like a treasure hunter or something. Like, it just screamed cheap game that's pre-installed on your phone when you get it.
Okay,
like. You know, your phone probably has some. Remember, like the old game where you get like checkers or chess or something, or Snake.
Yeah. Okay. So what they're doing. I know exactly what this is. You signed up to be a voiceover for the newest entry, Steve, in the Snake series.
After 30 years, Snake 2.
So Snake 2. Electric Boogaloo is coming out soon, and Steve signed on to voice a character in this series. Now, the only thing you could do differently with Snake is you have to flip the script, right?
So it's not about the snake; it's about the dots.
Yeah,
that
you're going to voice the dot. That's what you are. You're dot 5. So you just have to be. So my
lines are basically. Oh, there goes the snake. Oh, he passed me that time.
Oh, either that or you use your voice and go, oh no, don't get me. No.
There goes the snake again. Oh, he just missed me.
And then inevitably when the snake hits the wall or hits himself, you have a like a real belly laugh for the soundtrack. The only other thing that I could think would be this is, again, another sequel to Pac-Man, and you're voicing, because you have to flip the script. It's the only way you can do things in 2020.
Sure.
You're now a ghost.
Right.
So you're a ghost chasing the Pac-Man.
Uh-huh.
So was your casting call or your script, Steve, was it just, ooh, I'll get you, Pac-Man?
No, it was not. It was, like I said, I was.
Okay, so you were the fruit then? You were the strawberry? And you're just sitting
I was some kind of. I told you.
Strawberry hanging from a tree. Oh, no, don't eat me! Ah!
Again, boy, I just don't feel like you're listening to me. I was some kind of treasure hunter.
Or were you voicing the snake, maybe? Because the snake never had his own voice. So maybe it's you going... Gonna eat that dot.
Sure, I'm hungry.
Nom, 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 nom. Gonna eat that dot.
So unfortunately, I have not heard back after the casting call.
What?
I feel as though I was. I guess they didn't select me.
Did you send your email back? Because I know you. You haven't played a video game since the Nintendo. Did you send one? Hey, here's some lines for your stupid game that nobody's ever going to touch. You bunch of nerd losers.
No, you do it like all through the site here, so you don't. I don't have to type anything. I just got to attach my MP3.
Now, this is kind of putting you on the spot, and it's totally unfair, so feel free to absolutely say no.
Okay.
Did you save your work?
I'm looking for it now, and it should show up in
because I want to be either mad.
Oh, there we go.
I want to be mad at either these nerd video game losers who decided to make a sequel to Snake, or I need to be mad at you for not really giving it your all. Because maybe you got bored halfway through the lines and you fell out of character. And
I found it here.
Now, are you comfortable playing it? Because you don't have to.
Oh yeah.
This isn't this isn't the side gig where any embarrassing moment you have to play on air or whatever.
Yeah, it won't let me down. Hold on, let me just make sure that I can.
Or are you more comfortable reenacting it? Do you need me to play a part?
I don't have the script. That's the thing. Hang
on now, because we haven't talked about this.
I found the script. Okay, I found it. I apologize for it taking as long as it did, but I have all of the project details here. So here, if you want to read, this is what the description is.
God, this thing sounds like a turd.
So
if somebody could make the Snake sequel, I'd play that.
So the character that I'm playing, I'm assuming their name is Daniel, but it is spelled Danielle.
Yeah, no, here's what went wrong now, just by me looking at this. You signed up to voice a female character.
No, they specifically wanted male. Okay. This character always sounds a bit bored. And that, when I read that, I was like, oh, I can do that. And unfriendly. Okay, so here, do you want to read the description of...
I'm finishing this poll very quickly. Would you play the video game Snake 2 Electric Boogaloo? That'll be, again, on Twitter, at Steve and Kyle, because Facebook's getting right on fixing those polls.
Yep. Okay, so
do you want me to read through the description?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I don't know how to pronounce it. You say it's a male, so I'll call him Daniel. It's spelled Danielle without one extra L.
Yeah, Daniele.
Daniel DeVita.
DeVilta.
Oh, there's an L in there?
Yeah.
Boy, could use a 4K Jumbotron, huh? If you want to go fund me that for APS 4.0.
This plasma here is the best that 2010 had to offer.
2010 you had to play. No, that sounds about right. Yeah, I got mine in 08, so that's right around the area. Member of a fictional aristocratic family. He is the last of his family, with no heirs left to continue his heritage.
Oh, no.
He has been abandoned by his... Oh, Jesus. He has been abandoned by his wife, and he is currently controlled. This guy's already got everything working against him, and now he's currently being controlled by a mysterious sect that threatens him. For this reasons... Okay, English may be a barrier issue.
Yeah.
He is not very friendly or trusting towards Lars, the main character.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you voiced Danielle,
yeah.
So they describe what they wanted in the voice. Mm-hmm. DeVita is supposed to always sound a bit bored.
Yeah, and now that I look at it, I ignored this line here completely.
Oh! Oh! Haughty and unfriendly. Mm-hmm. A good reference for DeVilta is Danny DeVito. Sorry. Who inspired the character visually. So
what is Danny DeVito? Danny DeVito doesn't have like a crazy...
Well, first of all, they're already going to have a massive lawsuit when Danielle DeVilta is being portrayed on screen and it looks like Danny DeVito. Good God, people.
God, I wish I had read that. I think we now know why I didn't get the part.
So you're an ally to Lars. Mm-hmm. Now, is Lars a guitarist from a metal band?
I'm not sure. Now, here's all the other... Okay, language. They want English, male adult, male senior.
So did you really ratchet up the age? Going,
no, I didn't. I think I did it. I think my inspiration was, remember when we played clips from the Lost episode and we both, just kind of sounded like this.
You mean normal? You mean how?
So,
everybody talks.
So here's the script here. Do you want to...
I've got a copy of it. I had forgotten, Steve, when we were going to talk about this a month ago, and I never opened this until just now. You sent me the script.
Yeah. Now look at the bottom here. The budget, $100.
Hey, that's money in your pocket, sir.
That's right. So here's what we have to do. Since I don't have, it won't let me download this audio for some reason.
Oh man.
No, it definitely...
It wants to download the page.
Yeah. Crap.
So you can't play it live from there, or could you?
Oh, I can play it, but we wouldn't be able to... Like, I want you to act out Lars.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
although I should be able to. I'll just have to play it.
And then pause it when it's
and I'll
my
pause
line?
it. Okay, so I believe
Let's see if this works. Everything we try technologically on the fly works seamlessly.
Yeah.
So there's no rhyme or reason that this would be the one that doesn't
So I
work.
believe you have the first line, right?
I do, yeah. You want me to kick it off? Now, is there anything you want from me out of Lars? What do you think of Lars?
Look, you know, they didn't give a description of Lars.
Okay.
So I think that, look, you're a pro.
Yeah, no doubt.
I just want you to let your creativity run wild. Yeah. Take this character for a walk.
Okay.
You know, you want Lars to be a high-pitched, overweight man with a peg leg? Mm-hmm. Cool. Go for it. You want him to be a skinny ladies' man?
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah. The only thing, you're just going to have to point at me when you're done your line.
Yeah, so you know when to go.
So I know when to...
Click play. This is going to work.
This is going to be brutally embarrassing when I hear this because I haven't listened to it. And
you haven't listened to it, and now you've read the comparison of Danny DeVito.
Right. So when I hit play, I'm expecting to hear. I don't know. Does Danny DeVito really have that distinctive a voice?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's raspy, but it's a bit like it's hard to describe.
Yeah.
But I'm also envisioning I'm now trying to put you. On Danny DeVito as the Penguin from Batman in the 90s.
That's exactly the vision I have in my head.
And you're biting the head off a fish, and then
got my little flippers.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I very quickly have to put that on the poll. Would Steve make a good Penguin? Would Steve make a good Penguin from Batman?
Go ahead, type that out.
Steve, make a good Penguin.
Okay. Now, again,
Batman.
When you finish your line and you point to me, I'm going to hit play. I don't know where this is going from there. Let me see if there was any other way that I could download. Save as, send your device. No. Save as.
Not a good sign that it's asking to translate it to English. It feels like there may have been a bit of a miss between you and what they're looking for.
Look, Danielle DeVilta always knows what's going on. Okay, so I know for a fact that there are points where I repeat lines because I get, look, I'm a pro. I'm a pro VO actor.
You're giving them options.
I want to give them a couple different flavors.
Listen, you're in the radio biz where you have people reading ads recorded for whatever hootenanny's going on at the local bingo hall.
I'm Baskin Robbins.
Yep.
You got 26 flavors.
Yep. The other 5 are extra charge.
Is it
That's
31?
how Baskin Robbins work. Yeah, it is 31.
Son of a bitch. I think I got them mixed up with the alphabet.
Listen, happens all the time.
It is Saturday, October 10th, 2020, the year of our Lord, the Steve and Kyle podcast. Okay, Lars.
Okay, let me pull it up.
Are you ready?
Sorry, I have it open. Yep. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. What the hell?
Good morning. Steve.
Sorry.
Sorry,
look,
Danielle.
it's been a couple months since I've been on the set. Yeah. I'm a little punchy.
Get back in the swing of things,
okay,
here, man.
Hold on.
Stop embarrassing us.
Get back. Act like a penguin. Eat a fish.
Top hat, monocle, all the jazz. Good morning. Are you the Marquis de Vilta?
You got to point it.
And you know what? Stop it right now.
Look.
Because I'm thinking of sending this in for my Lars.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Dracula. What if that's the point of the game? What if Lars ends up being the bad guy? Danielle's the hero.
Okay. Quiet.
Quiet on the set.
Quiet. Here we go. I can't. Okay,
don't look.
Hold on.
I'll wave right here. I'll wave right here so you know when it's time to go, okay?
Hiding behind Four-Wheeler magazine.
Good morning. Are you the Marquis de Vilta?
Sancti Leonis, the castle of St. Leo, which my...
That's you're about 4 lines down. Is part of the problem you didn't read all of the lines you're supposed to?
Could be. Hold on.
Yeah, because your line is, who are you and who told you who am I? Woof. I think you should be a little glad you didn't get this gig.
Oh, no.
Did you not? I don't think you read the whole script.
Boy, I don't think I read really anything.
Okay. I'll pick it up where that line will then play, okay?
Where am I? I'm looking at... I don't even know...
You're right here.
Oh, boy. I bet that's a reason why I didn't get...
But you know what? You're an artist. Maybe you didn't look at that first quarter and think, not worth my time. So you started where you thought was the best part.
Yeah, look, anybody can say, who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
And who told you who am I?
I think it sounded like I threw a little Italian in there. I was like, Sancti Leone.
That's okay.
That's not exactly I mean, most people wouldn't say that's Danny DeVito.
No, probably not.
Or Danielle DeVilta.
Danielle DeVilta, obviously, because, lawsuits.
Okay. All right.
So now, I've got a monologue, so if you could take a step back. I don't know why I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences here.
Okay, good. I can't wait.
Okay. My name's Lazarus Bundy. I arrived here a few hours ago. I've just been to the San Leo Fortress, but I found it closed for renovations. There was a very friendly attendant, though, who told me about you and of Castle Santo Leonidum?
Sancti Leonis, the castle of St. Leo, which my family renamed as such in honor of the local saint.
Oh, God, you should be fired.
Well, that was the straight read.
That was read 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sancti Leonis, the castle of St. Leo, which my family renamed as such in honor of the local saint. Yeah, it's exactly how people talk.
Yeah, that's normal.
Okay.
It's no DeVilta DeVito.
No. All right, line.
Would it be possible to access the building to take a look at the findings?
The castle is private property, and if I agreed to store a few ancient artifacts there, it's only because Walter Beringler, the director I hired to look after the building, insisted. Beringler is a hard line, or a hard word to...
Yeah, I don't know.
I've read it like Beringer a bunch of times.
Yeah, Beringler.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it.
Is there more in
You've
this?
got one more sentence.
Certainly not to set up a museum for American tourists. Oh, you see the little... at the
It's
end.
supposed to be a ba. I don't know if they wanted an Ebenezer Scrooge there.
I think I did this one twice. Certainly not to set up a museum for American tourists.
We need to save that, and anytime there's a really funny joke, we...
Okay, line.
Sorry. Listen, I just got here from Florida, and...
Castle is private property, and if I agreed to store a few ancient artifacts there, it's only because Walter Beringler, the director I hired to look after the building, insisted. Certainly not to set up a museum for American tourists.
Listen, I just got here from
Wait,
Florida.
I thought you were Dracula. What
I moved away from the Dracula. I'm coming into Lars now, okay?
Okay.
Listen, I just got here from Florida,
and you should have better informed yourself before leaving. Ooh. Look at Danielle go.
End scene!
So I think I got a shot. Despite forgetting the first half of the script.
I think you should send a follow-up. Like, hey, waiting to hear back from this.
Oh, there's a Q&A button. Let's see.
Oh, is there?
No questions have been asked. Well,
ask a question. Why didn't you message me back yet? Actually, just make your message, where's my $100?
Let's see. I should just reply and say, I am not happy. So, seems like I didn't get the part.
That one. But listen, have you thought at all, can you seek out, dumb truck shows or dumb videos or whatever, so you could be, or a video game even, again, you could be like, and then like
So
when
you
they
think-
question what it is, you'd be like, that was them shifting in between fourth and fifth gear.
So you think that they would, it would be so low budge that they wouldn't even be able to get just a sound of an actual truck?
Yeah, no, they want you, and then beep beep. You know, obviously you honk the horn. You have to do the whole. You have to do the door. You know,
Feet hitting the ground.
well, they have Foley for that. Like they would end up having somebody, you know, buy Dutch shoes, wooden shoes, and clomp around.
Kyle, I got some breaking news.
Breaking news. I don't like that.
There is another invitation in my inbox
What?
to be a blues singer.
So hang on. Obviously, I've seen you. I know you.
Yeah.
The two opportunities you've gotten in your time, and again, I know you. Mm-hmm. I've seen you. Everybody who listens to this podcast in the Psychic knows you.
Yeah.
And when they see Steve, they're thinking video game character,
Yeah, definitely.
and they're thinking blues musician.
Yeah.
So, excuse my ignorance here.
That's right. That's right. You're not a VO guy.
I'm not a VO guy. A singer?
Yeah. So this
They don't want, because in my mind, here's what they want from you: the guy in the back, but it's mostly like rock music, going 1, 2, 3, and then the actual musicians play.
right, a professional counter-inner. Yeah, this one is. Let's see the description. We're looking for a genuine sounding blues singer in the late 40s, early 50s Chicago blues style. Example,
Okay.
Muddy Waters. Imagine a smoky, sweaty club, and you being the sweaty, screaming blues singer. Attached, you'll find an MP3 demo with lyrics and melody, as well as
Kind of feel more erotic than it is anything
an
else.
MP3 demo with lyrics and melody.
Okay.
So, do you want to do your best at reading these couple lines here?
Certainly I do.
Here, these are the lines that need to be recorded.
Boy, we're not telling a story. I'll give everybody a peek behind the curtain there. So what do you want me to read?
Just anything in quotes.
So
Those
just read it first.
I guess. Read it as written.
Okay. No account casino.
It's casino.
Casino. Sorry, I apologize. I'm not a VO pro. Of bro. No account casino.
I mean,
So what they were looking for. So have you done this yet, or should we do it? Do you want to do it
well,
now?
We haven't done it yet. Here's the example that they sent me with the lead vocals. I guess they know exactly what they want. So I don't know why they don't just have this person do it.
Yeah, maybe this guy priced himself out of the game. They're looking to save a few bucks and downgrade the blues singer.
Yeah. Hey, not surprisingly, we're having some technical issues because things just can't work.
So the way this system works, Steve, you can seek out jobs as well. I'm guessing there are postings for like, hey, anybody can apply for this, but these are the two that have come across your inbox. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, what they see what your profile is, and they automatically send you the matches that fit your profile, I guess. Okay. So here we go. Okay. Now I finally have it up and running.
So this is the example.
Surely this is going to work seamlessly. This is the demo that they sent me with the lead vocals.
I need somebody in this, if it's a video ever, just waving
the finger.
Yeah, the no.
Okay, so here's the version without the lead. So do you want to jump in and maybe
you want to harmonize this?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I don't.
All right, so let's listen to the original again.
Okay,
so
it
we
turns
know
out No Account Casino is a website.
Okay.
No
So that's us.
No account casino. No account casino.
So that's going to be hard because we're going to have to time that because the no, like we need to alternate those.
No. We're going
to both do all of them?
We'll both do them. All right. Are you ready? Because, I think we've pretty much clarified
Yeah, I've
exactly.
got all of the details. There's no way this isn't going to work.
Okay. Well, one more time. Let's just make sure we know where our jump in point. That's us.
No account casino.
No account casino. No
account casino.
Oh, that was supposed to be us, right?
Aren't we doing it all?
Yeah, but something. Let's just go. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, this is going to go good.
Remember, we have to start it off with no.
No.
Hang
on. So are we going over them?
No, we were supposed to. We were supposed to jump in right at the screeching guitar.
So that's where we come in.
I think so. Let's go back to the original and just test it out.
Play it all one more time.
Okay. No. Back up off your mic a little bit. You wanna test it out right here?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. No.
Oh yeah. Hang on. Let me try a little different.
Here we're going. No. Okay. 3, 2, 1. No.
A little gravel in there. Oh, I think that's a nice
What
counter.
if James Earl Jones?
What?
No.
Somehow the word no escapes James Earl Jones' voice.
He's a yes man.
He's a yes man.
All right, so from the top, right here, we got no. All right, and it's right when that guitar comes in, so.
No.
So it's almost right before.
Yeah.
No.
All
right, you ready?
Play by ear, yep.
All right, I'm going to cue us.
Okay.
Here we go. No.
No account casino.
No account casino.
Okay, I think now I got it. So we're essentially alternating. We say no account.
Hold on.
In between those lines. Okay.
Yeah, the first line is no,
Yep.
and then there's no account casino.
So those are like written backwards then.
No.
So when do we
We sing 3 times. We do the no at the beginning.
At the start. Yep.
And then a little bit in.
No account casino.
That's us?
No.
No account casino.
No,
Okay.
It's a bounce back.
Give and take.
Yeah, okay.
Boy, I'm not cut out for this industry.
You know what I could do? I could put in markers when we have to sing.
No.
All right, so right at the beginning, we're doing a no. Boy, we are going to nail this audition. I think we record this and send it to him.
I think the money that's about to flow into the coffers here.
No account casino.
No account casino. No. Okay, so and that's got to be a soulful one too.
Yeah.
No account.
Yeah, we got to really dig deep for it.
Okay, and then the final
Account
one.
casino. No account casino.
So that one we're kind of singing with them. You got it?
So we're harmonizing the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Look,
Easy.
and I'm even going to bring it up on the screen so you can see it.
The markers.
So you can see the markers.
When we're coming in.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I gotta hang on. Sorry, I just gotta get the microphone in the right spot. I've got to get, I got to get the jitters out too. That's a big thing for me right now. This is our big break.
All right.
This might be our only chance.
Okay.
One shot. One opportunity.
Yeah, it's for everything you ever wanted.
Mom spaghetti. Vomit.
You gonna capture it or let it slip?
Whew.
Okay, so this right here, marker 1 is no.
Okay.
Marker 2 is no account casino.
Soulful.
And then marker 3 is no account casino again. But starting here, we're doing the back and forth. No.
Oh boy, there's no way I'm going to get this right. But,
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay, from the top. Even though that was the top. Here we go. No. No account casino. No account casino.
I don't love it. I don't think I nailed it.
Okay, from the top?
From the top.
All right, here we go. No account casino. No account casino.
That was better, but didn't we miss the
back and forth?
Back and
Yep.
forth.
Okay,
do they think they need that?
Third time's a charm. You know something? We're going to send them exactly what they want and more. No account casino. No account casino. Okay, and that, and send, and check your bank account.
Because I just have it open. Yep.
Probably thousands of dollars in there.
Online banking login. And who do you think this is going to come from? Like, what's the company name?
No account casino.
No account casino.
So I'm pretty sure that we're professional singers.
There's no deposit yet, but I'm guessing just maybe like the end of the day.
I do want to submit
COB?
one where we just read.
No.
No account casino.
I'm kind of thinking now that I want to join this website.
Do it.
And then maybe you and I can race to see who gets the actual first paid gig.
I don't know. I thought that your Dracula Lars was very good.
I think Dracula Lars was better than the Lars I finished with.
Draculars.
Dracula. Okay, email those idiots back. Those nerd losers who were making Snake 2 Electric Boogaloo, and tell them I finally honed in on Lars.
Oh boy, this has been something. I mean, I felt like I was lost a bit. Mm-hmm. You really helped me hone in on who my Danielle is. My Danielle DeVito.
Should Steve and Kyle leave everything to become blues singers?
All right, well, this is, we're getting to it a bit late, but better late than never, right?
It's time for
Kenny Rogers.
Back to the wheel.
You've got to know when to hold up. Fact of the week.
Know when to fold 'em. All right, this just in. Turns out Kenny Rogers is actually dead.
Well, our condolences to his family.
That was the
Kenny Rogers.
Back to the wheel.
You've got to know when to hold up. Fact of the week.
Know when to fold 'em. All right, man. Sure covered a lot this week. First jobs at grocery stores.
We've still got something on there we want to talk about from like 3 weeks ago that we haven't gotten to, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still got a video. We still got stuff. We already have next week's show planned. Do you just want to stop this music, start the intro, and then we'll record next week?
Just do it. Just knock it out right now.
See you next week.
See you next month. We're gonna be guesting on a couple of podcasts coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah, we'll keep everybody informed on where they'll be able to find that stuff.
We have two tentative dates, I believe.
Yep. One will be closer to. It'll be airing in mid-November. Mm-hmm. But the other one is TBD. It'll probably end up sooner than that. So
yeah.
We were serious. We want to utilize these podcast relationships with people and do some swaps in terms of we'll be on their show, they'll be on ours.
Still waiting for an invite from one of them that.
Brian. Our friends at Pop Culture Left had you on and had you follow up the show in terms of where we needed to release a warning before the episode even aired because you're potty mouth.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the return call.
All right, a bunch of new polls up on Twitter at Steve and Kyle, Facebook if we can figure it out, but I'm sure that they've fixed it by now, right?
Yeah, in the last 20 minutes since I tried 20 minutes ago. Yeah, it's all remedied.
So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Steve and Kyle. A bunch to get to next week already, so we'll talk to you then.